Well, Korea is already guaranteed gold and silver in StarCraft. The question is who will hold on to the gold and who will hold on to the silver? Will it be JulyZerg or will it be Iloveoov? The third and final map on Gaia will decide it. As up here on stage in Monza, Italy, the Teran versus the Zerg, Korea versus Korea. Tasteless. Do you want to give any predictions here, or do you want to just play the prophet that says it could go either way?
Well, I've never heard a prophet that said it could go either way. Normally they do prophesize the future, but in this case...
Listen, buddy. Then tell me who's going to win this one.
Well, you know, right now, I have not been good at predicting this game. I think I've been wrong in most of my, in what I think.
So tell us who you think will win, and then we'll see if the opposite happens.
Well, honestly, it's 50-50. I have no idea.
Okay, so
the players are so close.
It could go either way.
The prophet says
all right, it's settled then. It's settled then. All right, we do have the opening spawns, and we did see opening spawns similar to this in the last game. Teran in the blue. I believe Zerglings are, or Zerg is in the red. And there you got Zerg in the 2 o'clock position, and Teran in the 7 o'clock position, excuse me. And tell us a little bit about the opening here.
You know, I was never too good with clocks myself, Marcus.
It was the 1 o'clock position, dude. That's why they made digital clocks, all right?
Yeah, I hate those old school ones myself, too. Right now we're seeing that the players are very far apart. And what this means is that normally fast expanding, I figured this matchup is probably the only way to go. Bunker rush is not going to work, too far apart. Take the Marines too long to get there. Although, you know, with the luck I've been having in trying to, you know, guess what these players are actually doing, I might be completely wrong. I'm seeing the barracks now on low ground. This is kind of interesting, Marcus. I like this placement. Perhaps he's putting it down there. Well, that was barracks first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that would mean that he is bunker rushing. As I said, he wouldn't only a moment ago. Interesting opening here.
So what other scenarios could come from that barracks being placed there?
Well, generally, if you're, well, I mean, this isn't just generally. This is truthfully. If you're getting the barracks first, you're sacrificing a little bit of SCV production. You're not getting that depot out as early. So normally, what it means is you want Marines, and if you want Marines that early, normally it means you want them for a rush. But in this case, they're so far apart. I'm curious if a rush is really a good idea.
Well, yeah, and he has not scouted, so he has absolutely no idea where he is right now. As you can see, the Zerg just going ahead and producing. The hatchery has gone up just south of the base, and now that SCV will move away from the barracks after the production and begin the scout.
That's right. Now, I was watching Iloveoov Bunker Rush earlier when he was practicing and talking to him a little bit about the game and his thoughts on the matchup. And I got to say, his micro was quite impeccable. If we do see a Bunker Rush, it will be a really badass one. Although I see the Marine now coming out, SCV scouting, 2 SCVs scouting. That's generally a sign that he is going to Bunker Rush. Otherwise, because you know both SCVs want to get there in time before the hatchery really starts to get done. Because normally, if you make the bunker before the hatchery's done, I mean, or after the hatchery's done, it's not going to work. I see the 2 Marines now rallied at the ramp. Now, will he make the bunker here? They're very far apart. I don't know if it's a good idea. Well, I suppose he kind of has to since he went barracks first. Well, he is rushing in here with the Marines. Will he make the bunker, or will he just use these Marines to pressure his opponent into making a superfluous amount of Zerglings right now? I'm not sure.
All right, well, we're still waiting to see what that SCV was up to over there. A little bit of no good. We're not quite sure yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, here's the bunker going up. That was done after the hatchery's gone up. Now JulyZerg's going to use these drones first to get this SCV, and then to block. Oh, he's going to get that first SCV, but he's going to pull out. The bunker will get done. Zerglings are going to come out here, though. The bunker is getting up a little bit late. He is running by. I have seen JulyZerg do this many times, Marcus. JulyZerg enjoys countering sometimes bunker rushes. He runs his Zerglings past the Marines in an attempt to intercept many Marines that are on the way down there right now. And right now, JulyZerg knows that he cannot lose a hatchery. If he loses a hatchery, we can pretty much count on it being a good game, although JulyZerg's such a good player, he can figure out some way to come back. Second colony morphing in over here at the top to the right a little bit, the Sunken Colony outranges the bunker. When the Sunken Colony gets done, Iloveoov has to repair the bunker while it attacks the hatchery if he wants to destroy it right now. Hatchery at half health, Marcus.
So what could Zerg do right now? This looks pretty bad. We could see the hatchery.
Here we go.
Down.
This is what they do. Right before he waits till the last second. He's got a lot of Zerglings right now, and it looks like the bunker. He won't save it. Will he have enough? He did save the hatchery, Marcus. Yet every second counts, and he knew that as long as the hatchery's there, he can bring the drones back to it. So he might as well let it get to low health, get him a few more Zerglings, and then rush in there and save it.
Now, could a few more Marines have basically made that bunker rush successful, or do you think that it was JulyZerg coming in there and his stopping it? You know what I mean? What I'm saying is that Iloveoov, obviously good placement, was getting the damage done. The Zerglings came out. They saw that another wave of Marines was coming. If that wave of Marines would have come a little bit earlier, would that have been a successful rush? Or do you think that JulyZerg had that one stopped short?
Yeah, well, you know, the thing is that they're very far apart, like I said, and while that was a really nice bunker rush by Iloveoov, you know, the Marines aren't going to get there in time.
Right.
And that's probably the reason why, first of all, JulyZerg was able to get away with a hatchery on 12 against a bunker rush.
Which why it may have worked on Paranoid Android.
Yes,
but
exactly.
In this particular case, being so far apart, they have longer to walk, they get tired, they have to drink some water along the way.
Marcus, you've blossomed from a noob to a very good noob now, a very knowledgeable one, and I am very proud of you, Marcus. It is an excellent observation.
Thanks, Dad.
It's all based off of the distance that the Marines have to walk and how fast they can reinforce that.
Okay, so I have another question then.
Shoot.
The question is this: how much resources were wasted in that bunker rush? And do you think if there were wasted resources, was the damage done worth it?
Well, there were resources wasted, Marines wasted, which will affect him Marine rushing later on. And also, they wasted the money on the bunker, of course, repairing the bunker. The SCVs were gone. JulyZerg did lose a few drones, but JulyZerg's ahead right now. I've even seen some good Zerg players who actually prefer their opponent to bunker rush them because they know they're skilled enough to hold it off, and after that, it's pretty much easy for them to win. However, Iloveoov likes to fast expand while he bunker rushes, so that the bunker rush does not fall through. He can still pull through with a strong economy. And both these players are excellent players, Marcus. I really look up to them a lot in their skill level and their knowledge of the game and just how exciting they made StarCraft for me in the years that I've been playing it. And I'm really looking forward to how this one turns out. Speed Zerglings now going to run around surrounding these Marines. Will he have enough micro to do it? It does not look like all the Zerglings got there in time. Oh no, yes they did. I lied, and it looks like he did pick off all of Iloveoov's Marines. Once again, another group was picked off. JulyZerg rushed in here with Zerglings. Fire bats ready to avenge the fallen Marines or whatever of Iloveoov's base. The fire bats blocking this. These Zerglings are not doing the right amount of damage. Definitely got enough fire bats out there, deflected that rush. That was awesome, Marcus. Back and forth right now.
I definitely feel like the crowd is favoring Iloveoov in this one, but I gotta say, some great play out of JulyZerg here. And I'd be lying a little bit if I wouldn't be maybe pushing for him in the back of my head, but I'm going to remain as neutral as possible.
I as well. Now we see that some Zerglings did a surprising amount of damage to those fire bats, even though the fire bats still came out victorious. JulyZerg continuing to make Zerglings right now, Marcus. He's confident that rather than making drones, he can pump enough Zerglings to really possibly come back and cripple his opponent more than he crippled him earlier. He runs by the bunker. Now remember, fire bats have no range. He sneaks by there into his opponent's base, runs up the ramp, going over here into the main now. The SCVs will probably be pulled up mining. He has to figure out which buildings to attack. He's going to go over to the SCVs because they're weak, low in health. Turns back around. Excellent micro pulling that fire back there. That will basically make JulyZerg's assault in this main much less useful. Zerglings now running around. Academy strategically placed up there for this exact kind of situation, blocking those Zerglings so you can't do the loop-de-loop game if that's there.
And
behind the
obviously
minerals.
with the speed upgrade, those fire bats are never going to be catching up to those Zergs anyway, so makes a lot of sense why that needs to go there.
Yes, absolutely. We see Iloveoov scouting his opponent. This SCV did not get in there, walked right into the second colony. Perhaps he's preoccupied with trying to get rid of these Zerglings. Not only are those Zerglings killing a few SCVs, but they're also getting vision of exactly what Iloveoov is doing. I'm seeing a Vulture Bike now here, Marcus. Now, normally we would be seeing a tank.
And I guess why we're going to see Vulture Bike?
Sure, yeah.
Maybe to place some mines to stop these Zerg rushes so he can actually do something?
Yes, you know, Vulture Bikes, well,
also
good for scouting, perhaps some drone harassment. I've seen mines. Normally, when you see mines, it's kind of a new school technique in StarCraft, mines versus Zerg. But when you see mines, normally it's against lurkers. However, we see the JulyZergs going Mutalisks. So this Vulture Bike will not be too terribly helpful against this. Mutalisk now morphing in here. Iloveoov was holding off those Zerglings for some time now, Marcus, and that's going to make it very difficult for JulyZerg to come back here. He spent a lot of money losing Zerglings. Only got a few SCVs in that harassment over there. Now we see, once again, the insane Mutalisks of JulyZerg flying around over here. And, you know, he's going to pick up the scouting SCV. He's going to use these Mutalisks to harass his opponent. Mutalisks are great. You know, if you start to get a little bit behind, you can use Mutalisks to harass your opponent while you continue to expand in macro. And I think since JulyZerg did get a little bit behind by losing all those Zerglings, this is an excellent way to continue to keep ahead.
And another SCV goes down. Now I do see some nice placement there of those towers that will help that will help take this out. And he's now going to go over to the barracks. The Marines start laying down fire too. And what is his plans with these Mutalisks other than harassment?
Well, he's going to. Iloveoov is going to be watching to see if he's continuing to put more Mutalisks into this group, into this clump. And basically, if he doesn't see more Mutalisks getting in the clump, he knows his opponent's going lurkers. If he sees the Mutalisk clump growing and growing and growing, he knows that he's continuing to get Mutalisks, as we're seeing more Mutalisks on the way right now. However, the goal here is to slow Teran down. Now, JulyZerg, whenever he gets Mutalisks, he always seems to do a lot of damage. We've seen a lot of medics, Marines, SCVs, and even a few buildings get picked off by JulyZerg's excellent control. And it looks to me like if he can keep doing the damage that he's doing right now with these Mutalisks, perhaps we can see JulyZerg catch up a little bit.
And here comes a lot more Mutalisks now. I noticed that Vulture Bike has been on for nearly a minute and a half, almost 2 minutes, and it's not moved at all. Well,
I think perhaps looking back at it now, maybe he made the Vulture Bike while those Zerglings were in the base. The Firebat's unable to catch up with the Zerglings. Maybe he used the Vulture Bike to get those Zerglings earlier. Not sure though. If I were him, I would have been scouting for an expansion right now rather than sending SCVs with it. I would have used that bike to scout around the map. Oh, is he going to get his vessel? If you lose, oh my God, that was pretty good. He did get that vessel back there. I think he only lost 2-3 Mutalisks. Mutalisks continuing to regroup here. Losing the vessel, it's a central unit to the Teran push. He's going to have to wait a little bit before he probably have to get another vessel before he pushes again. This is turning out to be a terrific game, Marcus.
And explain to us, like, what have we seen so far? Like, what do you think the major points are? And we do have a push coming here, so.
Well, we're seeing the 1-0 upgrade on these Marines, and it looks like he's going to come out here. He's going to attempt to push his opponent. JulyZerg will have to pull back here. I do not think he has enough to deal with. No, actually, I'm almost positive he does not have enough to deal with this. He will retreat back here and perhaps try to flank Iloveoov if he does not control his units perfectly. I see the units very spread out right now. I'm not. Oh, I did not. Okay, the observer did not go over to this. Irradiate on the Mutalisk. He's got to get the wounded Mutalisk out. If he does not get it out, he will lose so many Mutalisks. Oh, all the Mutalisks. Oh, they're in wheelchairs and wearing casts right now. They're extremely wounded, Marcus.
We're sending them get well cards.
Yes, and that means that those Mutalisks will not be able to harass as efficiently as they did before. Otherwise, the Mutalisks will die very fast. You notice he had the Mutalisk clump very closely together because it's harder to select which Mutalisk exactly you want to kill when they're that close together. But at the same time, when they're that close together, when you get irradiated, all the Mutalisks are getting damaged. It's hard to click the Mutalisk to get it out of the group. And Iloveoov knew that, selected the center of the group, and it was pretty kick-ass, Marcus.
All right, well, the Mutalisks going in once again. I did see a Hydralisk den going up as well. Possibly more support there for the ground units. Group of SCVs going over for an expansion, I guess, to mine, and getting just absolutely raged here.
And it looks like he did manage to get that irradiated Mutalisk out of there. JulyZerg not giving up, trusting his Mutalisk micro. Now we're seeing a lot of vessels out here. This is going to be very difficult with the increments of irradiation going up. JulyZerg trusting Zergling Mutalisk is the correct combination here to defeat his opponent. Now Zergling Mutalisk in a big number can surround troops very easily, and we're seeing a lot of tanks here. That's going to help in this push. Now we are seeing, he did pick off that vessel. Very sexy micro by JulyZerg right now. Now we're seeing still many more Zerglings and Mutalisks being produced here. Now remember, JulyZerg, while all this stuff has been going on, and it's been very, very exciting. It seems to me like JulyZerg needs to expand right now too, because OOV has another expansion up here. JulyZerg really playing aggressive right now, and perhaps that's because he lost so many Zerglings. He knows if he were to expand with OOV, his macro would not be able to keep up with. However, as we can see, the machine, the monster Teran, macroing up a terrific amount of units. That is going to be very difficult for JulyZerg to deal with. I think right now, Marcus, the option that Zerg has right now is to simply continue to counterattack Iloveoov, not attack the forces directly, but counterattack the expansions every time OOV leaves. But we'll see if he's able to do that.
All right, and now we see Iloveoov moving into the middle area. We're not going to see a full-on battle here, are we?
Well, we might. It depends on whether or not JulyZerg sees that he has enough time with OOV being very careful. If Teran really loses that first group of guys that comes out, unless your macro is as good as OOV, you will probably lose the game. So he knows he has to be very careful. Both units in this matchup very delicate, very fragile. It must be controlled perfectly. We're noticing that JulyZerg does not have a lot of drones in his expansion. It's unable to produce them simply because he has been so aggressive. If he makes drones, he's not making attacking units since they all come out of the hatchery. We are now seeing OOV's forces pushing forward here. OOV making a zigzag maneuver here, attempting to run in here. Will he get it? Will he do it? The lurker's now burrowing at this angle over here. It looks like OOV will come out on top. Yes, he will. And JulyZerg going to pull back right now. Now he did get. I think he could actually kill off these Marines because, see, the thing is, he got almost all the Marines back there. He can pick it off, and he had to turn that attack around because he did pick off most of the medic Marine. The tank's unable to attack the Mutalisk. Nope, I take it back. The last of the Mutalisks has gone down. GG. Unbelievable. Excellent game. I gotta say, last game back there, very back and forth. OOV failing that bunker rush, but JulyZerg failing a little bit more with his counterattack. An excellent player. Both players complement each other on their game. JulyZerg kind of like, probably a little bit frustrated after that loss. Couldn't blame the guy. A lot of pressure's on him right now. He will take home the silver medal. OOV will take home the gold. Again, another beautiful game in the game StarCraft like this.
Yeah, he does it once in the World Cyber Games 2006 Korea Finals, and he does it once again here at the Grand Championship. I love OOV winning that gold medal, and JulyZerg taking home the silver, but you know what? You'll be doing the third and fourth place match. Korea looking for a gold medal or a gold, silver, bronze shutout here because there's one guy that can stop that, and I believe it's Draco.
Well, it is Draco, but it was Draco. He almost beat OOV, but he lost him in this tournament. It's a legendary from China right now.
Legendary. Okay, thank you.
No, but honest mistake.
Going up against Midas, right?
Yes, Midas versus Midas versus Legendary, Protoss versus Teran. I'll be casting that on the cyberspace stage here in a little bit, I believe, right after this one. I'm not sure. Again, stay tuned for that one, please. I'm looking forward to seeing how that game turns out as well. Will Korea take home all three of these all three of the medals? We're going to find out here in a little bit. Again, I want to apologize for how shot my voice is.
You don't need to apologize. You're tasteless.
Some people call me the Storm Observer, but right now I sound like the Frog Observer or something like that. I am barely able to speak right now. My throat's so ripped up. But thank you, everybody, for staying tuned here. Thank you for supporting StarCraft. And thank you, WCG, for making esports a reality.